Hi, this is MaLaSpeaks. Let me tell your story. I am back. I was cleaning up today and I wanted to talk to you about single people not being of value. I see all the time how society, mass media, really praises you if you have a mate and really question if you don't have a partner and ask why. Are you single? Are you this and are you that? And it really took me by surprise because I was like, why does that even matter? Some people just want to concentrate on their self, on their career, on their, lifetime goals. And yeah, it's nice to have a partner, but some people are looking for a certain partner for them and they haven't found it yet. So we don't need to be reminded every day why we don't have a partner or why we don't have somebody by our side. Just because we do not have anybody by our side does not mean that we're not complete in our life. And I just wanted to share that with y'all today because just because you're single doesn't mean you're not enough. Like nobody loves you enough. Nobody cares about you enough because you are cared, you are loved because you love yourself first before you love somebody else. And that's sometimes really baffles me about, certain people is that, society makes you feel like you have to have somebody there, a partner, a wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend, like you have to have somebody there. And it's not true, and I just feel like my heart is saying that you're not, it's just like that little thing in your light bulb in your head saying you're not good enough. You can't find a man, you don't have the capability of, spending the time that you need in a relationship and doing the work. And no, some people kind of like me, like I'm more into in my career. I started late in my career, and one, men wasn't a priority in my life at first anyway. So my career was and my kids were my first really priority. Well, my kids took over my career first, and then that's why I'm going back to my career now. And because they're a lot older now. And I'm just like, that's not true, We single people are out here grinding and working and doing what we need to do and getting to the next level. And a lot of times, and I see this sometimes out. I was talking to a guy one day, and he was saying that I don't feel I am complete to bring another person into my space because I don't feel I am ready for that. And I have trust issues. And just going from that, I'm just like, yeah, that's why people get in relationships really for the wrong reason. And you want a supporter and you want a person to be there when times get tough. And you want that person not to leave you when, you have bad news and that person's going to stick around. And I think, people that stay single for extended amount of time, I really think a lot of times really they're working on them because, they always say, people say that, you're bringing baggage. Okay, so we're trying to prevent that as single people. We're trying to prevent that from happening. And then you call us out and ask us why we're single. Don't do that. We're single because we're working on ourselves. And until we work on ourselves to the level that we want to work with, then that will be a call for opportunity to get into bring somebody else in and deal with their issues. Because everybody has issues. And it depends on how much are you going to do and how much are you going to take in order to be in that relationship. And that's a lot of times people do not want to do that. And it was just, I don't know, it's just something lit in my fire today. And I was just so like really annoyed because I get so tired of people like putting down people that are single. Even when I go into restaurants and they're like, how many in your party? And I'm like, one. They were like, one. You like, they repeat it like, like you don't know it's only you. You know what I'm saying? And I wish just people in general would change the wording and the messaging behind people being single. And I mean, I go into bars and restaurants all the time by myself. Sometimes I sit at the bar, sometimes I sit at the table. But the people around me, I talk to my people around me that are single by themselves or sitting, couples or anything like that. And I ask them questions. I'm like, what makes you stay in your relationship? What is, the helping part of you need in order to keep a relationship going? How I talk to people that's been in relationships and marriages for 20 plus years, and I ask them, why do you stay together? Why do you, love this person so much? What has he done? What has she done? And when I hear those stories and I hear them talking, it clearly gets me to think the more reason why I stay single is because I have a lot of work to do. Nobody wants to take care of a broken person, period. Two broken people cannot take over two broken people. You know what I mean? And one broken person cannot take care of a person that's not broken. That's too much to put on one person. And it's just really epiphany that happened today while I was cleaning. A lot of times when I clean, I really go into deep in thought into myself, and self really comes through in me thinking, because I'm getting ready for the iconic awards. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go there single. And I'm just like, I just hate the stigma of people just looking at you like, woe is you, because you don't have a partner, you don't have a man, you don't have somebody there to got your back. I have people that have my back. My children have my back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need extra people in my life to make me feel like I'm complete. I think people get marriage mixed up and think that's a completeness in their life. That's not a complete. Unless they both work together as a team to get things done, that makes it complete. Not all marriages are cookie cutter the right way. Some people are in marriages for money. Let's just get it straight. Just for money, okay? And when the money get dry, they gone. I mean, they're gone like boom, like Twitter, gone. You know what I mean? They're gone. And that's not what people need. You know what I mean? Why am I going to get a relationship if I'm not going to put my heart, blood, sweat, and tears into it? If I'm not going to put my heart, blood, sweat, and tears in it, why is the point in me doing it anyway? What's the point in me being in a relationship anyway? I might as well be by myself and continue to wait on the person that I'm really actually looking for. And, I think about, having trust and loving somebody else and having that. I mean, I would love to have that. But when you have standards like I do, I'm not like a chili. I don't have like 100 things. You can't eat pork. You have to be tall. You have to be bald. I don't have that kind of things. I have certain values and personality traits that I'm looking at. And if you don't have that personality and that characteristic trait, I'm not going to waste my time with you, because I'm going to put you through a series to see if that is truly and really I want to get to the root of who you are. You know, when you go to therapy, they ask you, let's get to the root of the problem. Okay? People get in relationships because they haven't got to the root of their problem. And then they put problems on their partner and they make them try to figure out about their lives that they should have been doing a long time ago before they even got to them. So I'm doing people that I date or I come in contact with a service because I'm working on me before I put them in that situation where they have heartbreak, heartache, you know, and just have a denial of not wanting to be with anybody anymore. You know, all of my past relationships, I've had friendships with them, majority of them. Now I have a few that it's not that way, but majority, it's like that. You know, I could go to any of my exes today and they support me. They are, even high school, they support me. They are cool. They want to see me win. They want the best for me. And they're married and they have a partner and they have a girlfriend or a long time relationship. But doesn't mean that they can't still support me and cheerlead me to get into the place that they're at this point, you know? And so, but you know, I did things backwards and it's okay. A lot of people do what I did, you know, have a baby first, then work, and then finish taking care of their kids, and then go back to school, and then find their career. That's traditional. For me, that's traditional. A lot of people are not doing cookie cutter lifestyle right now. And I just want people to have some kind of empathy, humility, and understanding. Put yourself in other people's shoes and understand, you know, when you go into restaurants, say, you know, welcome to, you know, our establishment. We are so glad you're here. And how can we serve you? And where would you like to sit? You know, are you going to have more people in your party? And great, let's get you seated. You know, like, change your verbiage in your word, and you don't make that person feel like, dang, I just thought about it, I'm single still. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want people to feel that loneliness. And a lot of people in this world are lonely and they can't be by themselves. I could be by myself. It's okay. I'm okay with being by myself. I'm comfortable in that. And I'm thinking in a relationship or in a marriage, you have to be okay with being by yourself. You have to be okay with being with somebody also. So I feel like you have to be balanced in both of those trajectories. Because if you're not, say for instance your partner passes away, you can't deal with it because that's the only person you've been with. You know what I mean? And you feel like you don't have a life, you can't move on. No. Just because they pass away don't mean you don't have a life. It's time you need to figure out what you want to do. And, you know, being single is a blessing for me. It's just because that I have the authority to say, yes, I want to talk to you, or no, I don't want to talk to you, or maybe I want to talk to you, or I'm not ready to talk to you. I have that choice in doing that. And to me, it makes me feel like I have power over my decisions and my choices and my life. And a lot of people in this society do not. And they're looking up to other people to help them, to make them feel better because they feel horrible inside. I think I speak for myself. I've been in a place of not feeling worthy or not feeling self-worth. And I had, put up a video of of me breaking a board. And the guy of the conference was telling us that find something that somebody told you couldn't do, or you wasn't able to do, and you want to feel powerful in those words and want to, you know, not think in that mindset. And it was like so powerful because in the conference people were crying and just really just, I got goosebumps right now because it was just moving and inspiring, and people were like, I can do it. I can really truly get through this by myself. And I didn't understand why people were crying. And then two, I thought about, like, if it's something that deep down you've been wanting to do for a lot of years and you actually do it and break through those barriers, those barriers can really, like, put a thorn in your, I say, your royal ass. It'll put a thorn in your butt. And it just gets you to think, like, man, I remember just being in sports because I'm reflecting back. And I thought, I think I could have been a better athlete. And my thing is, I didn't have self-worth. I broke records. I did all of, like, great things, but I didn't believe in myself. Other people believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself and others believe in you, you're not going to get far because you're going to feel like you're not worth it. And that was how I broke through that barrier, is self-worthlessness. And just get over that barrier was hard, and just not bringing down that wall. A lot of people in their lives have walls in their lives, and they are the gatekeeper of their own love life and their own professional life, their own career life, their own life, and being a parent, and just a lot of things. And when you put up that wall, you're making it very difficult for a person to get under that wall, to get over that wall, to get through that wall, to bust down that wall, to, you're making it very hard. And if you stay with that mindset, you won't find the person you're looking for because you haven't brought down that wall to let somebody in. You have to let somebody in order for you to grow and for you to get to that next level in your life. And just thinking back on my life and just thinking that I used to think that if I wasn't with the guy, it didn't complete me. And when, like, you go into therapy, the messaging is totally different. They work on you first before you can work on, bring somebody else into that space. And I think that's so amazing. And you understanding that. And when I was able to talk to therapists and understand why people think that way and why society is that way, sometimes therapists have to go through the same thing as we do also, and have therapy, therapeutic relations of themselves. Because how can they really manage somebody like that if their mind is full of themselves? They have to be clear-minded and clear-headed to be able to advise you and help you through that next stage where you're trying to get to. So next time you see a person that is in solitude or independent, or just somebody that is really determined on being the person that they want to be in their life, and they're working on them, be very gentle, be very intentional in saying, wow, you're a great person. You are really doing the things that you need to do. What are you looking for in a partner? Because I think you have the qualities that people would love to have in a relationship. How can I help you get to that next level? And that's what I think people should be talking about right now, instead of putting people down because they're single. I'm single because that's my choice. I'm not single because I have to be single. I can have somebody, but is it going to be who I want? Is it going to be my potential husband? That's what I'm looking for. Now I'm intentional. If I'm going to be with somebody, I want that person to be like perspective for me marrying him and being unconditional love and being self-worthy and just really working our relationship together. I believe that in relationships, the female needs to have her goal. The male needs to have their goal. Then collectively, y'all need to have our relationship have group goals. And when you do that and you reevaluate your life like that, everybody gets satisfied in the whole clan. It's not like somebody is not getting their needs met. Everybody's getting their needs met. That's you, that's your partner, that's your kids, that's family, and that's, all in a coon caboodle. Everybody has to have a role. Each child have to have goals because they need to have direction also. And that's the thing that people forget that. And I'm not a relationship guru. I'm not, but I study relationships. I studied it. I evaluate my own relationships, and I evaluate other people's relationships. And I'm being happy with myself and loving on myself and just really enjoying the space I'm in now. And I think that's enough for me to say, you know what? I did it. I did it for myself. I did it for my children. I did it for the people around me that really support me and love me for who I am and want the best for me. And as long as I have that, I'm okay with being single. So for y'all single people out there, don't forget, it's okay to be single. Work on yourself. Be around positive professional people to help you get to that point. And seek help if you need that extra boost to get you to that next level. And don't be afraid to ask. That was of the hardest part in my relationship, is in just relationships in general, not asking for help. Everybody needs help. And you have to be okay with asking. And in relationships, that's a continuous swinging door that continually to slide open both ways. You have to ask for help. You have to ask for guidance. You have to ask for direction. You have to ask for, look, what is my next step? Reflection. So, that being going forward, love yourself. Love who you are. Love your personality. Love you unapologetically yourself. And people will understand that. So, MaLaSpeaks is out. We'll see y'all next time on Tip Tuesday. See ya.